Good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of Beer Rating with Sean Connors. Now, if you're a regular viewer, you're probably wondering why I have two beer here. And there is a good reason. This is a specialty beer that was recently made by a local brewery. I'll get to the name now in a second. And basically, it's a high alcohol beer. It's a Belgian Tripel, or triple. And it's a lot of high alcohol beers. They can be aged the same as you would age wine. So I got two of these, and the plan is to have one now and the other one probably in another couple of years. And the theory being that as it ages, the notes will change and it'll be different tasting and hopefully better. So we'll see what happens. So the name of the beer is Fer Du Monde. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. I did a Google translation. Basically, it's the iron of the world. So I don't know. That's a direct translation. I don't know how correct that is. And they actually have 2021 on, so that was year was brewed. A lot of times, if you have a high alcohol beer and it's got the year on it, a lot of times it's meant to be aged. So this is an oak aged Belgian Tripel, and it was brewed 0221, bottled 0521, 10% alcohol. That's considered extra strong beer. And it says, crafted by the Big Land's Brewery. And Big Land in here in Newfoundland. Newfoundland, Labrador is a province. And Labrador is what we consider the Big Land. And the name of the brewery was Iron Rock Brewing Co. And I've had a couple of those beers. A couple months back, my buddy went on a business trip to Labrador and brought back a few beers from there. Mike, thanks a lot, Mike. So this one, there is a little bit of note to it. This says, the first of our cellar series, this Belgian Tripel is brewed almost entirely of Pilsen malt with just enough Munich to add color. It is modestly easy drinking, boasting traditional Belgian ale flavors. The beer is well enjoyed at the time of packaging, but if you can resist the urge to enjoy it now, we recommend cellaring for an additional 12 to 18 months. Now, I've heard of beers being cellared for a lot longer, and this one, 12 to 18 months, I'm hoping to go a little bit longer. I don't know if there's a reasons why they specifically said 12 to 8 months for this beer, if there's a reason for it. If anybody knows, by all means, let me know. That's about it. It's got the ingredients: water, malted barley, cane sugar, hops, yeast, contains gluten. And that's about it. So, give my glass a quick cold water rinse. The glass I'm using today is a sniffer, like a brandy sniffer, and it's quite common with high alcohol beers. So, this one has a cork in it. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna cellar this one. And for anybody interested in cellaring, you know, with wine, they always say to cellar it on its side. With beers, they say it's not necessary, which I'm really surprised, because normally one of the reasons why you do it with wine is that you don't want the cork to dry out. And these do have corks, so. And of course, I don't have a corkscrew. Okay, I'm just going to pause this for a second, folks. Alright, folks, I'm back. So I got my corkscrew. Hope I can get this out in one piece. I'm not a beer drinker, so I know I don't have a wine corkscrew on me. Ooh, pretty strong aroma. 10% alcohol, so you expect to be a little bit strong. It's a big bottle too, so feel free to share it. I think they only made like 600, 650 of these, so if you're in the area, try to pick one up, but you better do soon. Okay, so it's got a little bit of a, almost like a brown tinge to it. Cloudy, so I'm assuming it's not filtered, which is quite common craft beer. Well, there's a typical ale aroma, but there is something unique there. Like, it is aged in oak barrel, so it might have something to do with it. See how it tastes. Fairly strong flavor to it. I find a lot of high alcohol beers, when you get up to that percentage, you can almost taste alcohol, especially if you're not a liquor drinker like myself. I know that aroma, but I can't really put my finger on it. Yeah, it is kind of strong. I find myself a few Belgian beers that I do have they're full of flavor. I have to give it a rating, and my ratings are out of 5. A 1 being a drain pour, don't like it, can't finish it. A 2 being, yeah, I'm not a fan, but I don't want to waste it, so I'll finish it. A 3 would be a good beer, a 4 would be a very good beer, and 5 would be the best beer ever. As I said, I'm not a huge liquor drinker, so high alcohol beers aren't really my thing, and this is definitely up there. But it's not bad. The aftertaste is a little bit alcoholic too. I have to give it a rating. Honestly, I'm thinking like 3.0, which, you know, an average rating, not a bad beer, not a great beer, but it's a decent beer. There is a lot of beer. I'm pretty sure I will finish it, but I don't think I'd go out of my way, something I drink on a regular basis, but it is a nice little treat, something different. And like I said, this one I'll try it in probably another year, maybe 2, maybe a little bit longer. I actually have one cellaring now that actually my buddy Mike, who I mentioned earlier, went to Labrador, brought me back a couple of beers. He gave me one. I think it's Thor's Hammer. I think it was brewed in 2014-15. So I only got that one recently, so my goal is to try to keep that for the 10-year mark to see where it goes. This one I won't go that far, but I'd like to keep it for a couple of years just to see. And give it another taste, see if we're going to stick with the 3.0. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the 3.0, strong 3.0. Like I said, if you're a high alcohol beer drinker, you might enjoy it more. So, there you go, folks. Hopefully you can join me next week. I still have a bunch of beers from the Beer Club and a bunch of beers that my buddy Gus brought back from Victoria, BC, so not sure which one I'm going to hit next, but we'll find one to hit by all means. There you go, folks. 3.0 for the Iron Rock Brewing Company's Fer Du Monde 2021. Till next brew, as always, enjoy responsibly. Cheers.